Hey, welcome to your favorite cooking channel. This is Cooking with Abba. So once upon a time, I tried some wheat, and this wheat I cooked for decades. It wasn't cooking. Apparently, wheat we have the whole and we have the crushed. I did not know. That was the story of my life. But today I'm coming to teach you. So if you ever go to the market and you see this type of wheat, these are whole wheat, which this is not the local type. This is the imported type. But then if you find it in the market, sweethearts, before you use this, you have to crush it. That's if you're going to use it for porridge, you're going to have to crush this before you use. And if you're going to use it for Tom Brown, you're going to have to toast it before you mill it. So I'm going to show you two ways to go about your whole wheat for porridge. Now, the first one is a normal wheat, normal porridge, oat porridge. I've taught a lot of it on my channel. 4 different varieties you can do, which usually starts from this part, yes, where it is already crushed. But just in case you have the whole wheat, this is what I want you to do. Take a blender, pour it in, and then crush it a little bit. If you want to do wheat powder, you can blend or mill till it is very, very smooth. If you want it part way, the smoothness is dependent on you. So once that's done, it goes into my pan, and I'm going to obviously add water and salt and then let it cook till it's well done. Mind you, wheat also takes a lot of water to cook. Yes, so that's another thing you need to take note of. And I almost forgot, but make sure that you find wheat which has no weevils and stuff in before you do. So once this goes in, I'm going to add in my water and as much water as possible. I used 1 cup of wheat, but I ended up using about so that's I used the cup I was using was twice the amount of water. That's like 500 ml, like 3. That's like a liter and a half. Yes. And the second one, I toasted it. So if you want to do Tom Brown or weaning mix with wheat, usually you'd have to pan toast it a bit before you use. That gives it that toasty, nice fragrance and flavor and taste as well. So once this is done, before you can proceed to letting it cool and then letting it mill. Now, when you're cooking wheat, another thing you should remember or notice that it's going to be bubbling all over. So when it starts to boil, you have to move the lid or let air pass over it, else it's going to just run into your fire all through and through. And so what I do is to pan toss the wheat till it is a bit of a golden brown color. And when it even gets to that point, you realize some of it will start doing pop, pop, pop. Like it's wanting to do popcorn vibes. Don't mind it. So one thing I like is when you toast it, honestly, the taste is way better in there than when you do the normal type. And if you want more wheat varieties, I have this 4 wheat porridge you can do. One is with rice, one is with just wheat, one is very smooth, one is kind of rough. So I have those on the channel as well. You can have a look at those as well if you're a serious wheat fan and you'd love it. But when you have whole wheat, sweetheart, just pan toss it before you use for your porridge. And the base of it, I'm not going to add it to it. And I'm going to mill this. Like I said, the smoothness you want is dependent on you. If you want it very fine, you can mill this till it is thicker smooth. If you don't like it very smooth, you like it a bit gritty, you can let it be midway in there. It is all dependent on you. I love it when it's the gritty part, especially for the toasty one. So I add in the water, I add in the wheat. I had to later transfer this from this saucepan because, like I said, wheat takes a lot of water. But the only thing is when you pan toast before you mill, because it's been kind of cooked a bit, it doesn't take in so much water like the very fresh one, which has not been pan toasted. Either way, it's still going to eat up some water. You can never overcook wheat porridge or wheat, but you can always undercook it. And if you undercook wheat, you can't eat. If you try to eat, you will run. So yes, the one thing about wheat is or porridges is generally when you're doing porridge, it has to get to the point where it is virtually cooked before you add in your salt. If you add your salt too early, you will not be feeling the taste properly, and before you realize, it has become very, very salty. And so once you are nearing the end of it, then you put in your salt and you let it finish simmering. And another thing too is this is going to thicken once it cools down, and so you don't need to make it too thick whilst it's on fire, else you're going to have issue once it's settling down as well. So once this is done, like I said, the smaller saucepan, I had to increase the water in there, and I had to later transfer it onto a bigger saucepan just to make use of some space for it to cook properly. So this is pretty much the twist you can give whenever you have whole wheat. That's how you'd want to handle it. And like I said, make sure that your lid is not covering it fully, or it's just going to run into your fire, which is going to give you more work, more cleaning afterwards. And this can take you quite a while depending on the batch, like the quantities you're working with. If it's a large quantity, you may spend about 20 minutes on fire, and so which takes a bit more of time to cook in there as well. And another trick to finding out when it's done is, first and foremost, you have to feel it with your hand to see how cooked the inside is. Another thing is when it's fairly done, the bubbles are no longer very big; they become very small, like it's simmering. And that's another trick to find out whether it is done or not. And for the toasted one, like I said, it takes less time for you to do, and you need to give it some breathing space in your saucepan as well. It's still going to increase. And the beauty about porridge, especially when it comes to wheat porridge, is that it increases a lot, like it doubles up a lot. And so be very mindful of the quantities if you are working with it. So yes, I had to later transfer this from the smaller saucepan to the bigger one. And like I said, make sure it's not overly thick when it's on fire, because if it's too thick, by the time it cools down, it's going to be super thick, and you won't really like that consistency as well. So just give this some breathing space in your saucepan. Remember, no one share the baby. Yes, and just let it cook till it's perfectly done in there. And you can serve this with a lot of things. You can serve this with your sugar or your sweetener, any type you like, some protein, some milk in there. You can add some granules, anything you feel you want to add to it, some nuts, whichever nut you are more comfortable with, or you have more to your side, you can make use of it as well. And it's normal, you may see it foaming up a bit, especially when it's cooking. Yes, it's all part of it. When it's after the foamy part is when you get a very big bubbly part, and after the big bubbly part is when you get the smaller bubbles where it's finishing its cooking. And so yes, once you see the smaller bubbles and it's not hard, you can taste and realize it's cooked, then it is done for you. So whenever you have whole wheat, you can just go this the normal blend meal, then you just cook, or you can pan toast it to get that toastiness in there. Then you cook it, and you can enjoy this at any time of the day, breakfast, lunch, supper. You can have this for kids if you're weaning your children. You can have this for your elderly parents. Everybody can eat. And so for this is a simple recipe. If you've watched to this point, you should definitely support the channel with your subscription, your view, your like, and don't forget to share to bless someone. So I see you in the next food video. To live life to the fullest, be joyous, be merry. Lots of love from my team and I.